Believe it or not, the DealShaker marketplace is still working. The commerce arm of the OneCoin empire, DealShaker provided a clear and verifiable use case for OneCoin as a currency. The token was real because you could use it to buy things in a specific e-commerce store. Oh, those were the days. The greatest thing about exploring OneCoin and Dr. Ruya's story is that it reflects how naive the crypto world actually was just a few years ago. In many ways, it still is. In the Missing Cryptoqueen 6th episode, we travel to the past. It's titled the Uberflieger, referring to a high-flying person. That's how teachers of the past described Dr. Ruya, who was definitely the star in all of her classes and was respected and hated for it. What else can Jamie and Georgia learn about Ruya Ignatova by tracing her steps? Let's find out. Remember, you can download episodes directly from the BBC, or listen to The Missing Cryptoqueen through Apple, Spotify, or iBooks. Our blast from the past episode starts in 2009, 5 years before OneCoin and DealShaker. Bitcoin was entering the scene, and so was Dr. Ruya, who bought a factory in Germany. Jamie and Georgia visit the site in 2019 and interview the survivors of that story. They tell them that Ruya Ignatova got there, impressed everybody, and made a lot of promises that she didn't keep. After that, she disappeared, effectively rug-pulling everybody. Interesting fact, both her father and her mother worked at the factory, which suggests Ruya Ignatova is a family woman. When Dr. Ruya disappeared, the factory offices were broken into and a lot of documents went missing, along with her. The factory workers that the podcast interviewed all seemed to think that this was staged and that Dr. Ruya took and destroyed some important documents. It's exactly the same story, one of them says, comparing OneCoin and DealShaker to the factory in question. When things got tough, Ruya Ignatova sold the company and disappeared. The factory remains closed to this day. In the next section's second quote, you'll sense the magnitude of that first case against Dr. Ruya. She paid the fine and kept it pushing. And, according to the factory workers, she learned that the next time she was going to have to disappear for real. In what appears a diary entry, we learn about the young Ruya Ignatova. Ruya was always friendly to everyone. She was always well-behaved and cheerful, and the teachers were deeply fond of her. She doesn't drink and she would never degrade herself to eating pizza. Her favorite classes were PE. She was faultless, and now and then she liked sorry. Generally, she got on very well with her colleagues. Stop. Maybe we should stick to the truth. Okay, fine. Maybe I did take pleasure in tormenting some students. I was always looking for the chance to spread new amusing stories about them. This quote summarizes the consequences of Ruya's first fraud. This time, the law caught up with Dr. Ruya. In 2016, she was convicted in a German court for several crimes. Intentional breach of duty in the event of insolvency, fraud, withholding and embezzlement of employees' wages, and violation of accounting duties. She received a 14-month suspended sentence and an €18,000 fine.